Hi folks. First of all, I hope you all were able to enjoy Christmas with your family and loved ones. Welcome to Wolf Rights Talk. In today's episode, I have the special honor to chat with Major Greenberg of Alabama's German Legion. As always, in the first half it's all about the Alabama's German Legion and himself. In the second half, I'm going to ask him questions from the community. Meanwhile, there's a gameplay of the Alabama's German Legion in the background. If you want to see more gameplay and battle comments, check out Jehovah's channel. We have even done a collaboration, as you can see in his last videos. The link is in the description. And now, enjoy the interview. So, greetings Major, it's a pleasure to have you at Wolf Rights Talk. As always, I believe the community would like to know something about you personally, so feel free to tell us something about yourself, like how old you are, where you live, and what's your profession and educational background apart from being a Wolf Rights commander. I guess that's not your full-time employment.
No, it's not. I'm 19 years old. I live near Hamburg in Germany, and now I'm in school and try to study next year. Beforehand, I've made an how's it called? Education to a surveyor. And now I'm in school again.
Interesting. So actually, what I always wanted to know, and since you're from Hamburg, you might answer this, is the hamburger actually from Hamburg?
I think yes. Yeah, it is. It is.
Alright, so greetings to our American friends over there, you see? That's how we get it. How did you spend your Christmas holidays? And most important, what did you receive as gifts?
I spent my holidays organizing War of Rights events, so nothing special. Expect for some family and friends that were here, and we had a bit of a talk, and but nothing major, and as gift only a bit of money, but nothing special.
Money is always good.
Only one thing for myself. I bought a new chair for my gaming room, so I'm sitting a bit better right now.
It's a really useful thing.
Yep.
Actually, let's move to Wolf Rights topics. What was the first time you noticed the game Wolf Rights, and how did it even get your attention?
I think it's like 4 years ago when I played a mod for Mount and Blade Warband, North and South it was called, I think. I was in a regiment there as well, and then I heard something about a new game that also plays in the Civil War, and I like the idea of a new game with better graphics, more people on servers, and all the new stuff. So basically a better version of Mount and Blade, not only a mod, so a standalone game. And then I searched for Wolf Rights on the internet, and I spent like 200 euros to buy an early access key. Yay!
Oh, that's a lot of Christmas money.
Yep, it's true.
What do you like the most about the game Wolf Rights?
I like the fact that it brings so many pieces of gaming together. So it has a good graphic, many people on one server, so you have many interaction with many people. It really depends on the people that play in the game, how the game feels for you, or what experience do you gain with the game. And I mean, you can build many great communities around this game, as you see, like the TGV and also the USC. It's great.
Alright, just for our viewers, TGV is just a short thing for the German volunteers, the German community in Wolf Rights, and USC is United European Community it's let's say European companies playing together. Just for those who don't know, what do you dislike about the game Wolf Rights?
What I don't like is the fact that it wants to be a game where you, or to get the real experience with the game, you need to be in a company, and the game tries to make it easy for you to find a company with tools like the company tool for War of Rights, where you can find many companies and apply to them and join a company very easy. And on the other hand, the developers focus much on the experience for people that play alone, and I don't know if that's the real thing to do. I mean, when you try to make a game where you give the community tools for applying to a company, join a company, and then you focus so much on making the game more playable for solo players, I don't know if this really work together. I mean, I think they should focus a lot more on making the game better for companies, like preventing a tool to change server options in their own way, so you can organize better events for your company or companies that are joining these events, and not focusing that much on providing a better single player experience, to say so.
Yeah, I think that's a thing we can see in many business decisions or things in life. Like from an economic point of view, you totally need to attract most people to your game, and don't want to focus just on let's say a hardcore player base. But actually, when you focus too much on let's say to attract solo players, for example, in Wolf Rights, you're losing the hardcore base. So it's always a tough decision to make. I think the same thing we can see in Star Wars. There, the Disney sequels. Let's just say that they were not that well received by most hardcore Star Wars fans. But actually, from an economic point of view, they need to make it like, okay, even someone who hasn't seen Star Wars before could be attracted by this. But in the same moment, they lose the hardcore Star Wars fans. On the other hand, with things like The Mandalorian that we have seen, it managed to attract both the hardcore fans and new viewers. So it's always a small place you have to find with your business decision to fill. So I think that's one of the hardest things to achieve as a company.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can play War of Rights as a solo player, definitely, but most people that join a unit, like a week after they joined, they say, yeah, okay, it's a complete different experience for me. It feels a lot more real and makes a lot more fun than playing solo. So yeah, I don't know. But as you said, or from an economic point of view, it makes sense, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, but of course, as a former company commander, I agree with you. That's But yeah, you always have to keep in mind the big picture. What are actually the contents you would like to see added in the next update if you would have free choice? Let's just say for a moment you become chief executor of Campfire Games and you have to direct one thing you want to push for the next update. What will it be?
As I said earlier, I mean, I would like to see tools to manage your server. So tools to deactivate the care point, to change the ticket system, to put units on the battlefield. I mean, there might be not there or weren't there in real life, but I mean, I think it will make lots of fun to see other units fight against each other on other battlefields. So, for example, there are different rifles in War of Rights, like the Sharps rifle, when you can put some units on a map and then play only with Sharps rifles, something like that. So basically, that you can manage your server better on your own. And the next or the other thing that I would like to see in the game in the next update would be the bigger maps. So I mean, the maps are now basically or are already one big map, but they are cut into smaller pieces with some map borders. So if they will bring the big map as one big map, then I would like that.
I can relate. What you remembered me of was like the cap point positioning. There were some really curious moments. I think you remember them as well.
Yep.
When like the cap point you have to defend is in an open field, and actually like let's say 10 yards behind is a good defensible position. But you need to defend that spot in the open. No one knows why. So that's always a funny thing.
And especially in company-driven events, then you have the problem that the enemy is good as well, or even better as you. So you have to fight big companies, and then you have to defend an open field. I mean, they give you one volley, and you are basically dead when you stand on an open field. It sucks, but okay.
Yeah, I'm always getting some Burnside simulation vibes. Sometimes. All right, let's move on to not bore our viewers. Please share some information about your unit, the Alabama's German Legion, with our viewers. Like, what's the structure? Who's in charge of what actually, and how many members does the Legion have?
The 8th Alabama was founded in April 2019, and as a smaller unit in the TGV. We formed ours out of some other companies that were too small on its own, and since then we are growing. At the moment we are about 50 active members that joins us in the events, and when we count all that together, we are like 80 people that still active playing War of Rights. And as I said, we are still growing. As I said, I'm the major of the 8th Alabama, leading the whole Legion. We are not a company, we are a Legion. That means we have now both companies, both weapon types that are in War of Rights
Infantry
in
and
our
artillery.
Legion. Infantry and artillery, right? And when a cavalry comes to the game, then we will also provide cavalry unit for our members that they can join. And the artillery is led by my captain Harris, supported by its lieutenant Tim, and the infantry is led by my lieutenant Tiberius, and I'm supporting him because I like infantry so much, so I still play as infantry my own as well.
I can relate.
It makes fun to charge at the enemy and break through and be directly in the action, not standing further back and watch from behind. I mean, I like the action.
Of course it does. And shout out to Harris and Tiberius from there.
Great people. Helps me a lot to organize all the stuff in the company. I mean, when you have so many members, it's not that easy to make everything right so everyone has fun and It's a lot of work.
Usually, how many men can one expect to be there in event times? Like, how many men do you field usually in events?
In events, the AGL brings, or Alabama's German Legion brings about 40 people. Then there are 7, 8 for the artillery, and the rest are for the infantry company. And yeah, on Fridays and Saturdays we bring about 40 people. And as I said, through the War of Rights winter sale, all companies are growing at the moment. So I think in the new year we will be able to bring about 45, maybe even 50 people.
I think that would be nice, of course. Let's move on to you as a person again. Let's talk about how it feels to be a leader in War of Rights. After you became my successor in leading the Legion, what changed in your mind? Like, you've always been in the higher ranks for some time, for example, as captain of the 8th Alabama, but how different does it feel to be the overall commander of a group and not just, let's say, a lieutenant or something?
I mean, we are a Legion now, so we have basically 2 companies that I'm commanding, and the hardest thing in being the major of 2 companies, I think, and especially 2 different weapon types, is to make it right for all the people. When you look at War of Rights, there are not on some maps there are no cannons, so the artillery boys need to play as infantry as well, and then to make it happen that they also can play as infantry and still know about all the new formations, all the new stuff that we are doing in the drills that we are learning, and to tell the artillery guys that they also have to train with the infantry, and also some infantry guys need to help out the artillery guys when there are not enough men, and so even the infantry needs to learn how a cannon works, and to tell the people that they need to learn both, and then bring all the people together and train together. I mean, that's hard because some people like more the artillery or more infantries. They don't like so much playing the other weapon type.
Yeah,
and
that's always a hard
very
thing.
difficult.
It's always a hard thing when leading to make, let's say, everyone happy.
Yeah, right. And also on the field, a lot of stuff's changed. I mean, before I was major, I was lieutenant, and most of the time you were leading the unit, and you were more like the guy that help people forming a proper line or securing a flank, have an eye on a flank, have an eye on the right, on the left, but not the real leading stuff. So as commanding officer on the field, you need to make more stuff at the same time. You need to lead your unit, you need to talk to other units, keep the communication up, need to have an eye on the enemy. I mean, there are a lot of great NCOs and COs in the AGL that helps me a lot, but in the end you need to bring all this information together and make the decisions, and that's very hard. I mean, especially when you are basically commanding, as I said, 2 units on a field with the artillery and the infantry together.
Yeah, from my personal perspective, what I always found one of the hardest things to manage in battle is to decide on whose information you're relying. Like, you're getting a ton of information from everybody on the field into your brain. How do you filter, let's say, two people saying they're coming from the right, and three people say they're coming from the left and something. How do you decide which information you find reliable and which not?
Experience, I would say. Basically experience. I mean, when I hear from two people, they are coming from the right, and from three people, they are coming from the left. I mean, then I would say, from which side would I attack when I'm on the other side right now? And then say, okay, I think they will come from the left, so let's fall back to this point maybe and reform there, so we have a good angle on the left side that we can defend, and also maybe a bit of a position to defend the right side. So maybe they come from there, but yeah, maybe a lot of experience make the difference, and the way you act and you filter informations.
Oh yeah. In your opinion, what distinguishes the Alabama's German Legion compared to other units? What makes them unique?
I would say that we found the right way between being a company that tries to make or to play historical, and also providing lots of fun for our members. So basically the way between both. We are not too focused on our formations and playing as historical accurate as we can. But yeah, we try. And also we have funny fights, have a lot of charges, so close combat, and yeah, I think that's the difference to many other people or companies, that we have found the right way to between both, as I said.
What are your future plans with the Alabama's German Legion in War of Rights?
Yeah, basically keep expanding, hire new members, recruit new members. I mean, I think that's important for every company. Try to grow a bit more. I mean, yeah, more people. It makes it not easier, but I think when you gather more people, it still makes more fun. So yeah, I think that's one of the important parts. Also, when the cavalry comes to War of Rights, then also to found a cavalry unit. We are at the process at the moment, and yeah, have a look which cavalry unit would fit to the Alabama's German Legion. I mean, basically a cavalry unit from Alabama would be best. Yeah, and I think keep the unit together, I would say. I mean, there are lots of good guys with our company. I would like to keep this group together.
Thanks so far. Let's jump to the community questions. I have to admit, this time they're not as easy as maybe the previous ones, so it will be tough. But yeah, let's jump right into it. First one, what are your thoughts about the previous commander of Alabama's German Legion?
The guy that now interviews me. Wow. Yeah.
Happens to be.
I mean, I think you did a great job. I mean, you founded this company, made it into a legion, brought us the guys. I mean, we always were one of the biggest units in Europe. So, yeah, you did a good job in forming these units. Me and Harris was always on your side from the beginning. And yeah, I mean, there were some points where we had not the same opinion of some questions or some decisions that had to be made. But I think we talked a lot and we figured something out together. And in the end, we brought the unit forward. And I mean, you see where we are now. And you was the founder of all this, and yeah, I think you did a great job. I mean, there are some points that every person's do wrong in others people's view, but yeah, as I say, you did a great job, and I think we had lots of good times together, and yeah, making the Alabama great.
Oh yeah, thank you. Second community question. Of course, it's no it's not hard to figure out who it comes from. In 8 Florida, we consider 8 Alabama our strongest possible ally on the field. By the same token, it's usually the toughest when they are in the opposition. Do you feel the same way about the 8 Florida? Please elaborate why yes or why not.
A Florida. No. I like the A Florida a lot. I mean, look at Jehovah's videos or streams. He always talks about the Mighty 88, and I think that comes from somewhere. I mean, we had lots of great fights together. I remember the Saturday events good time ago, where we played every weekend together, and yeah, they hated to see us both together on the battlefield in the same team, because we played that great together. And yeah, even as an opponent, you are still strong and give us always a hard time. I remember last Saturday where we fought against the A Florida, and yeah, they brought us a hell of a fight. I mean, I would say I put the A Florida a little bit under the 18th North Carolina, but only because, as you might hear, I'm not the best English speaker, and with the 18th North Carolina, I can communicate in German. But that's the only thing that brings the 18th North Carolina on top of the A Florida.
I think that's a national thing. In this case, shout out to both the 18th North Carolina and the 8th Florida. You're both great companies. Thank you, Greenberg, for the great interview. Are there some things you would like to add in the end as last words?
For all the people that are new, start playing War of Rights, search for a company. I mean, it's a great game. And even now, it's reduced on Steam. So try it out and make your own experience. Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you like the channel. Who do you want to hear the next season? Put it down in the comment section. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.